If you only have a console and you want to get into some of the best MMOs in the market right now, well, stay tuned because I got 3 good MMOs that are worth playing right now in 2021. Welcome back, Outcast. It's ChaosDTV here, and here's another episode on Chaotic Inc. As in this episode, we focus on helping out all of my console players out there who enjoy MMOs, but you haven't got a chance to play it because you don't have a PC. Here's my little list on what's popping right now on both the PC and console market. Most of these games can be played vice versa, they're just ported over to console. But if you only strictly have a console, you do not own a PC, this video is for you guys. If you do have both and you just want to know what's good to play on console, then this video is for you as well. Definitely stay tuned. Let's jump right into the video. This year has been the rise of many MMOs, especially recovering from last year and the pandemic. A lot of MMOs were released globally, and there's even more coming out in the final quarter of this year. So I did find 3 good MMORPGs that can be played both on PS4 and as well as PS5 and as well as Xbox. Especially for my console gamers out there who do not own a PC. Like I said earlier in the video, if you don't own it and you are interested and you are looking for like what's good to play, listen to this video. And if you still want to enjoy those adventures and hours well spent on some of the amazing titles, and what title we're going to start with today, Elder Scrolls Online. With Elder Scrolls fans in mind, ESO isn't scared to explain to new players that are new to the franchise the beautiful world of Elder Scrolls. This story takes place 1,000 years before the events of Skyrim, and will showcase a lot of major events that happen to take place leading to the shape of Skyrim, and which would be the final Elder Scrolls while we wait forever for Elder Scrolls 6. And especially with the latest expansion that was released was the beginnings of the Oblivion Crisis before Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion events in the timeline take place in Elder Scrolls, joining the ranks as probably one of the biggest MMORPGs to date alongside of Final Fantasy XIV or even Warcraft, while as well keeping the same formula that made players fall in love with the Elder Scrolls franchise. They turned it into a full fleshed out MMO, allowing players to raid or dungeon hunting and dealing with the main key story points in the Elder Scrolls universe, like recently adding the Oblivion Gates, adding vampires, and even focusing on the marshlands with the Argonians. A lot of stories are being fleshed out. If you're a fan of the Elder Scrolls world and you haven't even played Elder Scrolls Online yet, and you want to learn a little bit more without going as far as in looking into the books, play Elder Scrolls Online, get a gist of what the world is, the universe, the lifestyles of all these characters getting fleshed out, etc. Now, this is definitely a big grab over on your respective consoles. On the PlayStation Store, ESO costs $20 for both the PS4 and PS5 as a base game, but sadly, as of now, there isn't a price yet for the official upgrade from PS4 to PS5. So be wary on that when you're trying to purchase this. It will not be, there isn't talk of being able to upgrade from PS4 to PS5, but there isn't a price yet. And you will also be able to receive the Morrowind chapter included in these games in whatever expective bundle you purchase. For all my Xbox players out there, ESO costs $20 as well, same as the PlayStation variant. So next on the list is Black Desert Online. With Pearl Abyss being their very own publisher now, they made many adjustments since the departure from Cow Games. One of the biggest updates to arrive this year since their departure is the Corsair class, and to go as far as to finally make their first ever co-op dungeon called Ataraxian, giving players a little bit more back lore on what exactly happened many years ago when the newest character to the roster named Sage wanted to defeat the Black Spirit and its army by building a fortress by the name of Ataraxian. Pearl Abyss is making big moves this year, and I can't wait to see what the devs have in store for us players later down the line, for the last quarter of the year and going forward. Black Desert Online is a sandbox style fantasy MMORPG, which even has a mobile version of it. Now the gameplay does have that feeling of a third-person shooter style element to it, as well as everything you could possibly want from an actual RPG. The thing that really stands out the most about this game, as well as the stunning world, is its unique combat system. It's very, very different from most RPGs, as you guys are probably seeing in the gameplay right now. Light Desert Online pricing comes up to 3 different price ranges between a $30 package, a $50 package, and a $100 package, giving players lots of goodies depending on which tier you buy. So last but not least, we do have DC Universe Online. Now, I do want to make a quick note. I was going to add Final Fantasy 14 to this list due to it being well deserved to be on this list. But if you want to see my thoughts on Final Fantasy 14, then I want you to click the card in the top right hand corner. That will basically be able to be my explanation or my Final Fantasy 14 versus World of Warcraft discussion, where I touched a little bit more based on why Final Fantasy 14 could be the possible best MMORPG to play in 2021. But I also didn't want to add it to this list because I wanted to make basically 2 games you got to pay for, 1 free game. And Final Fantasy 14 is already receiving a lot of players, a lot of exposure right now. So I wanted to give exposure to a game that is still in the spotlight, that's currently free to play, and it's not really required to buy this game unless you are in the cash shop all day. Being one of the first console games I've ever played alongside that of Terra, DC Universe is a well-polished MMORPG that continues to receive updates years later because people are still dedicated to the game. Comic book fans shall rise and will adore this game, mainly because you can interact with any DC hero or villain throughout it. And the missions tend to be fun and suited for the characters you can play as, or you can even team up through the DC universe. You can go across to Batman, the Joker, Superman, and pretty much any other DC classic character you probably already know of. So far, these are the 3 best console MMORPGs you can play right now, and just to clear it up, no, these MMORPGs are not strictly exclusive to consoles. Yes, they are ported over, but it definitely helps console gamers who haven't stepped foot in the world of MMORPGs, and who can still enjoy and try out new adventures and worlds to explore. If any of these games suit you, just go to your respective stores on consoles and try them out for yourself. That being said, if you liked the video, then definitely give it a big like and subscribe to Chaotic Inc. Right below for more news, discussions, and reviews on your favorite MMORPG and mobile gaming tech products. And it's been your boy, Chaos DTV, here at Chaotic Inc. Signing out. Peace.
Manifest, I don't sleep, that's so weak, don't plan to rest. I'm from a hood where you die if you don't pack a vest. No culinary degrees, but whipping crack the best. Chefing, hard times taught lessons. Praying every night to pull up and park Benzes. What's my home is what you call trenches. You wouldn't last a day seeing life through all lenses. It's all tension, no sun, and rain and plenty. Full-time job, still can never make a penny. I ain't rapping.